know there was quite a few people signed up, and we seem to only have, I think, 3 or 4 on right now. But I think, Suze, if we kind of get started slowly, just talking about the
Yes,
story, etc., and then
yes.
people can always play back on the quiz. But welcome to those that have jumped on.
Hello, everyone. So
I know
that's
they're
all
all on
good.
mute, but
Yes. So how wonderful to join everyone. It's like I've, on virtual, program being in Canada. And I mentioned this in the last group, and I just absolutely have enjoyed and loved all my visits to Canada. And this is the closest I can get to Canada. It's been the highlight of my career as a practitioner, and to actually be able to share products that I've been using for more than 10 years and that have restored my hormonal health, and then my inner and outer beauty, plus my sleep. And I really call harmony the pieces of the jigsaw that make you feel the best version of yourself as a woman. And the range is called Harmony. It's a solution for no matter what age or stage you are at. You actually find the pieces of your jigsaw to allow your hormones, your sleep and your inner beauty to actually shine from the inside out and be restored. And I feel very privileged that this whole range is Australian made and Australian owned by Martin and Pleasance. But I'm going to go into sharing with you that, and we all know, being born a woman, that we deal with so many external and internal pressures, whether it be nurturing a family, managing a household, the empathy that we carry, as well as holding down a busy career, plus our regular cycle, which is the menstruation, aging. And we all want to age well, but it all starts from when we're going through the stages of our life. Don't think just because you're in your 20s, you're not preparing for your menopause. Being in your 20s, 30s, 40s, they're all those beautiful decades that bring you towards the best menopause that you can enjoy. And then we've got pregnancy, breastfeeding, and then, as I said, menopause to deal with. And remember, with irregular cycles, you cannot fall pregnant. So it's very important that hormonal health is linked to how well you'll maintain your fertility and have a healthy baby as an outcome. Age should not stop when you have a baby, but we know that there are certain factors that play in this. So with all these changing factors, they all add stress on the body. So the more stress the body has, the more unhappy our hormones are. Women actually lack energy, feel tired, they get constipated, they try to lose weight, and then they fall in a heap because their skin breaks out, and we think, where did I go wrong? You're not going wrong. And Harmony is the solution that will fine-tune your next phase so you can actually have more energy, be motivated, sleep better, feel better, have beautiful skin. But the most important thing with balancing your hormones, you're better dealing with the stages through your life. Mood improves. Why should we have low mood when we're having our menstrual cycle or going through menopause? So this is the solution for you. And it's also about emotional and physical health are all linked when it comes to being a woman. If your emotions aren't right, you cannot have the best version of yourself physically. So they all go hand in hand. Emotionally, physically, and spiritually is what makes a woman unique. And we are all unique. And I'm very excited tonight, and I don't know when it'll be playing on Stan in Canada, but I'm going to be watching I Am Woman by Helen Reddy. Is a singer that put a song out called I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar. And that's motivated me to be even more passionate about whenever I travel nationally or internationally in the past. I've really highlighted that fact. Now, this is very much the why choose the Harmony's natural women's health range. And I want to inform you, each of you here, there isn't anything that's not natural in this package. There aren't any preservatives added. There are not any artificial coatings on any of the tablets. They're all natural. And we've got the My Sleep, all vegan friendly, lactose free, and so forth. So as we're saying to each of you, Be honored to be a woman, feel privileged to be a woman, but live in the healthiest version of your inner self. And this is what I'm going to be sharing with today. It's about empowering the woman that lives within you throughout all the phases of your life, and making sure that the synergy of all these ingredients, it's not just one herb that we very much highlight in this range. And by the way, I'm also going to highlight that there's no black cohosh in our range, no soy linkage with our products. And it's very important that I state that at the start, so you know that we've taken great care to create, working in with the formulator of this range goes back over 25 years ago, and Martin and Pleasance purchased this range and still works in with Rod Berger. He's quite an amazing man, because he actually spent over 15 years as a doctor of Chinese medicine, but also lived and understood all the herbs and as they work in China. And the way he actually came through, believed that women really need to start taking care of their hormones as early as when they're even 20, 25, to really fine tune what happens 20 years down the track. That doesn't mean that you need to take herbs for the next 20 years. It just means really address what's going on in your life right now. Are you suffering from very painful cycles and so forth? And what Rod Berger was able to do, he was able to provide us synergistically link in herbs that actually provide relief for every woman to come out shining on the other side. And these herbs really work in at the root level of your inner being to make you move away from feeling that you need to depend on hormonal replacement therapy down the track. Also the pill, when you're ready to go off the pill, I'm just letting you all know, with all my clients, they have not added weight. Their skin hasn't broken out. They feel as good as they used to. They've got a lot of energy. So that whole fear factor, when you let go of your pill in order to prepare for pregnancy, or that it doesn't suit you, this is a solution for you. But you cannot be on the pill or HRT or any synthetic modulating hormones while thinking about this formula. And you know what I love about Harmony Menopause, and the Harmony range was born because there wasn't anything like it in the marketplace. And to be able to share this range now with everyone in Canada is really warms my heart, because at the end of the day, we're all women. We all feel pain in the same way. May happen at different stages of our lives, but just remember that we all feel pain, and we're all part of this sisterhood. And it's lovely to be able to share these formulas, but remember, it's the integrity, the quality and the innovation of the Harmony story that drew Martin and Pleasance to it. So just know that Harmony wasn't just put together, it was alive and formulated many, many years ago. So thousands and thousands of women through Australia, UK and New Zealand, and now Canadians are enjoying this, these solutions for hormonal and hormonal health that really includes the way our skin feels, our hair feels, the way we digest, the way our liver and kidney. So it's all part of that package. Now, I'm going to start off by starting off with Harmony Menopause. Even though this formula's got menopause written across the top, it's for that perimenopausal woman as well. When I'm in clinic, I always introduce this formula for any woman who may be as young as 45, because from 45 to 55, you're really going through the change. Some women go through it earlier, but at 45, some women until about 49, 50, they notice irregular cycles. They notice that they feel a lot warmer before going to bed. They're more irritable. This is when we get introduced to this itchy, witchy and bitchy self that we don't know where it's come from, but it's to do with the way our estrogen and our progesterone dances through the body. And what we've created, what Rod Berger was able to do, and we've added what happens with this formula that from 40, as we said, 40 to 48 years, we talk about perimenopause. Some people at 40 are not feeling comfortable to talk about that they're moving towards menopause, but it's what you do in that decade that will actually allow you to shine in the years when you are going through menopause. So always remember that this is that formula that actually starts your journey into a healthy menopause, So it's got 6 key herbs to relieve the multiple symptoms. Perimenopause, menopause is not just about hot flushes. I never ever had hot flushes, and I think in Canada they're hot flashes, but I did have sore joints. I didn't feel like myself. I'd wake up in the middle of the night not feeling right. My hair was all over the place, and I started feeling really uneasy within myself. And this was the formula that ignited the flame for me to really honor the goddess that lives within. And then when we added the D3 and the magnesium and the calcium, it became a complete formula with these 6 key herbs. But I was experiencing great fatigue, and a woman in her 40s, as she moves into this phase, will just start feeling tired. And guess what? Just taking B vitamins doesn't do it for you. You really need to fine tune the way your hormones start living in your body. So with estrogen popping its head up, we start feeling quite a bit of anger, and we're feeling restless, and we're just not ourselves. And what I love about the herbs in this formula, you're actually tonifying your kidney and your liver. So I've maintained my same weight being on Harmony Menopause, and I've never been on diets, but I haven't put on more than 1 to 2 kilos away from themselves throughout the last decade of my life. Now that's that's unheard of. That's unheard of. And I don't know why I'm just trying to find how to move the pages. Oh,
yeah. Just go down. That's right.
Yeah, I'm just going down there, but
Perfect.
It just seems to be stuck. Yeah, that's good.
Good.
So the Harmony Menopause in its features. So we've got the really high dose, and the key herb that goes through all our formulas is Romania. Now this is used in Chinese medicine to reduce the hot flush, night sweat, but it's also a kidney and liver tonic, so it tonifies. And then we all know with the Vitex, especially as we move from the fertile years, then we have our little quiet period, and then we move into the perimenopausal phase. Chase Tree Vitex is very much that nice boost in our mood as well. It naturally lifts the mood for us to start feeling like ourselves again. And Angelica's used to, a lot of women, by the time they enter perimenopause, they'll say, I've had polycystic ovaries. I used to have a very, very heavy cycle. It's great to be without a cycle. I should be feeling great by now, but you can't unless you fine-tuned it. And then we've got the peony, which is your beautiful blood, tonic here that naturally improves the blood through your body, so you can actually continue staying healthy. Why is it that women during those perimenopausal years find that they break down, whether it be with temperature, whether it be with their poor immunity, all linked to the way you actually tonify your hormones and the way your body feels right now. So it's for perimenopause and long-term management support of your menopause. And I never, as a result of this formula, and the blue perim, as we know, also works in with the Chase Tree, the Vitex, to really take away that irritability away and balance the mood. So you've got a lot more energy. When your mood is flat, you lose a lot of energy and you become quite fatigued. And this is the synergy of this natural formula to actually give you that va-va-voom as you enter those. A lot of women say, I never thought that I never thought I'd be 40 already. Now your 40s and your 50s and 60s can be the best years of your life. I said to someone, the best years of my life have been my 50s, and I'm still in my 50s. And it's just what's really been a solution here is the Harmony Menopause. And we all know the importance of magnesium, because as women, as we go through that perimenopausal phase, some of us are still having irregular cycles. It takes away the pain, helps us feel more relaxed. But the D3 will also help us support our calcium so we can have strong bones, because with the changes of of the hormones, we're more likely to have breakages. You know, a lot of women will turn up at the age of 60 and they find that they've been had low calcium, and they've been taking calcium, but they haven't been able to better absorb it. So this is the Harmony Menopause formula. So going over it, it does relieve hot flushes. It does take away the sleeplessness and the fatigue, but also for the aches and pains and for bringing you back to feel like you're in your 30s again. So this, having healthy hormones also means healthy aging. You cannot age well if your hormones aren't right. Your hormones are the dictators to the way you're going to feel for the today, tomorrow, the next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years. And I ask you today, how do you want to look and feel in 12 months' time? Or with your weight, with the health of you, all depends on how you manage your hormones. Yeah? Now I'm going to move you in, now that you've understood the Harmony Menopause. We've actually got a day and night. And the reason we created the day and night was because a lot of women were saying that I feel great during the day, it's carrying me during the day. And just to come back with the Harmony Menopause, for at least 3 months, you take 2 in the morning, 2 tablets in the morning, and 2 at night. And then after 3 months, I would recommend your maintenance dose of 1 tablet morning and night. I've just enjoyed it because it's also, now that I'm over my menopause, it's helped me maintain my kidney and my liver health. So I've maintained that. So your maintenance dose is 1 tablet morning and night. Now this formula is it's exactly the same as the previous formula I spoke about, except you've got a night tablet which combines Romania and Ziziphus. And the Romania in this formula is much higher than your standard Harmony Menopause, and it is to take away the heat and the irritability and the agitation. And when you combine that, and the sleeplessness, and when you combine that with Ziziphus, which is a beautiful herb that naturally brings calm and helps those women who wake up because they're feeling too hot or irritable or just not themselves, it allows you to get back to sleep and go through that dream phase, which is a beautiful herb all in. But after a few days of Ziziphus, it brings the confidence back in, because it's such a calming, it brings calm to the nervous system. So when you combine the Romania and the Ziziphus in conjunction with the Harmony Menopause that I spoke with, you've actually got a complete solution for that woman who's in perimenopause or during a light menopause. And when I talk about a light menopause, a woman who hasn't been on HRT to deal with her hot flushes, a woman who's been looking after herself during perimenopause, but is finding of late her sleep is causing her mood to change, low energy because of the poor sleep and the heat waking her up. This is the solution. You do not take both formulas because they're exactly the same, except this is a night tablet, and you only take one of the night tablets, because it's got a lot of Romania, and you're already taking that herb Romania during the day, and you've got a high amount of Ziziphus, which is a wonderful way to bring you to sleep. So the Harmony Menopause day and night, supports you to have a good night's sleep as well for sleeplessness. But when you, for those women who are finding their sleep is a problem during their perimenopause and menopausal life, this is your solution there. So it actually provides that ongoing support during perimenopause and menopause. And again, some women still bleed until they're 55. We're all unique, but this is the solution for you to take away that insomnia, sleeplessness, the night sweats, which happen at night for many women, and even some women who are in that perimenopausal phase are just feeling hot and bothered at night. Again, this formula has the D3 magnesium and calcium as it's the Harmony Menopause, but it's got a night tablet. Again, it's for that woman who needs to sleep well in order to feel well during the changes she's experiencing. Again, this is your day and night in a caption. And if you actually look at this, in taking the Romania, you've got 7.6 grams and 10 grams of Zifsifus at night. So it's really looking after your hormonal health, yeah? Or looking after your hormonal health, but it's also, you've got a whole 10 grams of Zifsifus, which is a beautiful herb that's renowned to actually provide you with a great night's sleep where you can actually start dreaming and remembering your dreams. A lot of times we have such broken sleep, and a lot of women in their menopause and perimenopausal phase cannot go back to sleep after 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And that's usually your liver, and your liver is being supported by these herbs in the Harmony Menopause day and night. So remember at the start of the session, I said the liver and kidney herbs are part of this. So as we get older, there's a lot more fat that gathers around our hormones dictate. We get higher cholesterol. We find that we get like that muffin top around our waist. It's not because you're not eating well. It's the way your fat gets stored in the body. And this is the formula that supports a healthy weight loss also during your menopausal years. If you don't get your hormones right, you won't ever get your weight right, even if you go on diets, yeah? Now I'm going to be speaking to you about Max. So I've spoken to you about Harmony Menopause, Harmony Day and Night, and the reason I wanted to come to the Max, it's not a better formula, but it's we've got 4 herbs to support the intense hot flushes and the night sweats. This is for that woman who's hasn't really looked after herself, maybe in her perimenopause or a menopause, or she went to the GP and got patches. She got synthetic hormonal replacement. As we know, we can't stay on that for a long while. And she's back to where she started from. And she feels like she's losing her mind because of these hot flushes. And what we've done in this formula, we've actually selected our 4 key herbs of Romania, peony, which is our hormone regulator, but it also balances healthy hair, skin and nails. The woman who's having extreme menopause symptoms, her hair, skin and nails are really bothering her because she cannot control them. No matter what shampoo she uses, it all comes from within. And we all know as women, we love nurturing our skin. We love our hair feeling healthy, and we want strong bones. But when a lot of women feel that they're depressed, but it's just that they're actually experiencing such severe menopause symptoms. And what happens to them is that they don't know themselves. They fall in a heap. They've got no energy. And we've actually got here the blue perambis in that 3 gram. We've got a really high dose of the Romania of 10 gram. We've got the blood tonifier and the hormone regulator peony at 6 grams. We've got the blue perum, which reduces stress. It's got calming properties. And we've got the Vitex in this formula and also the D3. And with this formula, it's only with the Harmony Max, it's 2 tablets, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. I wouldn't recommend that you keep doubling the dose because we've got really high herbs, high potency herbs, and the Romania has been really put at a high dose that we need to look at other, maybe linking up some tissue salts in conjunction, but one in the morning, one at night. It's not a better formula, but it serves for those, those women who are having extreme heat, extreme discomfort during their menopause. Menopause should not be discomfort. Menopause should not be the worst time of your life. Menopause should be the gift that we've allowed ourselves to give, be given, because it's the insight that comes as we go through the years. So what I've found through the years, I didn't have to go on this formula because I looked after my perimenopausal, my menopausal years. But a woman who's finding that Harmony Menopause is not carrying her, I would recommend she moves to the Harmony Menopause Max. She does not take Harmony Menopause and Menopause Max. She does not take Menopause Day and Night and Menopause Max. They're three separate formulas for three separate episodes that we may go through, because I actually shared with each of you that a woman's hormonal life is different on some levels. I never experienced the hot flashes, but I did experience great irritability, discomfort sitting in my own skin, had a loss of energy, and the menopause carried me. The Menopause Max is specific for hot flashes that are preventing you from stepping into your day-to-day life. You are not depressed. Your hormones are dictating to you that a great discomfort and your loss of sleep. This formula also supports regular sleep with the Romania in that high dose, and the peony and the blue perum. And this is the formula as stands. And the maintenance dose of the Harmony Menopause Max is really 1 tablet morning, only one a day, after you've been on it for a few months. And the reason I talk about a few months, menopause takes years to come through. You don't just all of a sudden step into menopause. It can be a whole decade of your life. So I always say at least 3 months, at least 12 weeks, do it in that higher dose of where you're doing the tablet morning and night, and then one after that. But if you're still having the hot flushes, you start on the 2 tablets during every night, or 1 in the morning, 1 at night. Again, please do not double the dosage that we've spoken about. And I'd love you to let me know if you've got any customers or clients who aren't benefiting from Max. And remember, we do not need to take more than 2 a day because they're very high dosed herbs. Yeah. And again, we've put the D3 in there. We've put the D3 in that formula as a way of pulling together. But a woman, we're trying to nurture the core of a woman. Your hormones, you're born with hormones. And as we are younger and you look at pregnant women whose progesterone is so high and they've got the beautiful hair, skin and nails. With the Harmony Menopause Max, we're trying to bring balance again to the estrogen and the progesterone, because your progesterone for some women is extremely high, which can be quite dangerous. And in some women, it's a bit too low. So they lose their libido. They're not able to function. They're not able to shine again. It is our birthright to shine every day of our lives as women. Now I've come to Harmony Balance, and I feel that this formula isn't shared as much as it should. And I really love this formula because it was my starting point with Harmony. And if there's something that women are speaking more about and talking about now, is the way their cycle makes them feel in their mindset. They feel so irritable, they feel angry, and they say, for 10 days, I'm just not myself. I feel bloated, I feel ugly, my hair's all over the place, it won't do anything. I've got the worst cycle. but I just don't like myself. Well, Harmony Balance is the solution that lifts the mood. And we all know how St. John's wort works. It lifts the mood. This is a beautiful formula in that with the Harmony, we've actually got, again, the key herb in this particular formula. You notice we don't have Romania in here. We've actually still got the peony, which is the hormone regulator, the calmer, the kidney and liver tonic. We've got the blueperum. But the Vitex here, the chase tree, is the reason why you are not allowed to take this formula with the pill. So can I always stress that? Do not have anyone that comes into your store, any clients, if you're on the pill or taking anything that regulates synthetically your hormones, even that progesterone cream that you're putting topically is still modulating your progesterone levels. This is the key to, and your solution to getting through and regulating your cycle. As women, we need to have a regular cycle in order to stay healthy for the rest of our lives. So our cycle is very important, that it comes within the 26 to 30 days, depending on what suits your body. When women lose too much weight and they don't have a cycle, it means that their hormones are all over the place as well. I have women who are on who've got polycystic ovaries, who find that severe cramps, and after taking this formula for 6 weeks, they find that they're not bleeding as heavily, that their cycle's regular again. They're just feeling more comfortable within themselves, and they don't have to, their life doesn't have to be stopped. Their life doesn't have to be stopped just because they bleed every month. Bleeding for a woman is the gift that separates us from everyone. It should be something that comes through us, rids out, naturally takes place, comes every 20 up to 28 days. Also is the sign that we can actually be fertile. So this is your formula also to improve your fertility. You do not take it when you fall pregnant, but it's a great way. We often forget when we're preparing for pregnancy, we often buy a great multivitamin. A multivitamin is not going to regulate your cycle, yeah? Harmony Balance will regulate your cycle. And we've got B6 in there. And if you know about B6, one of those key important vitamins that actually works in with the Vitex to really bring about a calmer mood, a happier mood, and a tolerant mood. Because if you speak to a woman when she's going through a cycle, she'll say, don't come near me, I'm going through my cycle, but it's your gift. Always see your cycle as your gift, yes? And just know, in fine-tuning your hormones during this time from, say, 20 onwards until you go through perimenopause is a wonderful time, because you can really build that wonderful internal home so nothing can ever break you down, yeah? Now, I've spoken about the 4 formulas that regulate your hormonal levels, and now I'm going to be speaking about something that I'm very, very privileged to know that we've formulated, because we went to great care in creating this formula, because we wanted to create, there are so many sleep formulas in the marketplace, and my sleep actually, I want to share with everyone that sleeping is healing. Sleeping is involved in the rejuvenation and repair of your heart, boosts your mood, and also takes away the irritability. But also the way our beauty is all part of whether we sleep or not. And did you know that if you don't sleep well, you are more likely to gain rather than lose weight? And also cravings will step in. So that's why in this formula, we've got the magnesium citrate, which is the highest bioavailable magnesium, in conjunction with the ziziphus, hops, and sour cherry. And what I love, and I spoke about ziziphus, what I love about the ziziphus in this formula, it actually You take it half an hour before you go to sleep. The tablets, for some people have said they're quite large. We've even got a little slit in them. These are vegan friendly. Dairy, these are, the sleep is, I've got it here, we've got in this formula, vegan friendly, gluten free, dairy free, lactose free. And Sisyphus has been used in Chinese medicine for thousands of years for insomnia and irritability. And it's for that woman who can't fall asleep, or falls asleep and within an hour she wakes up and she thinks, oh, I'm not ever going to fall back to sleep. And this is where Sisyphus is our starting point. And we've actually got 10 grams of Sisyphus in this formula. We've actually got hops, which regulates our melatonin, relieves the restlessness and the nervousness in our body. And then we've got the sour cherry, which naturally regulates and supports melatonin. And melatonin is anti-aging as well, that I want to actually speak about. And this is a formula that brings forward that natural circadian rhythm within you. So the circadian rhythm means 16 hours awake and 8 hours of sleep. And I believe through these awesome foursome ingredients, I call them the awesome foursome ingredients, we've created a unique blend that regulates, builds, supports a healthy sleep by maintaining your well-being, because your melatonin is naturally boosted. So a lot of people are taking synthetic melatonin. This is a natural way to assist your sleep pattern. Your sleep determines the way you wake up, determines the health of your organs, and sour cherry contains so many vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. I even drink sour cherry throughout the day, and I take this remedy at night, and I find that everything about me is glowing again, because sleep actually brings out your inner glow as a woman. We forget the importance of sleep. I've met so many women who've had babies and now they're adults, and they've never ever been able to get back that pattern of sleep, because it's become a habit not to sleep. This formula breaks the unhealthy habits that we've got associated with sleep. Please switch off your phone around about 7 p.m. Don't take, if you've got a television in the bedroom, take it away, take it out. But if you can't do this, what Harmony My Sleep does, it naturally weaves the essence of sleep back into your cell membrane, into your mindset, into your nervous system, because we've taken great care in selecting the magnesium, as we talked about, to maintain proper muscle function. Why is it sometimes when we try to get some sleep, we may sleep okay, but we wake up with cramps, or we have cramping in the middle of the night, which is painful. We wake up with a headache. If you notice as well, we've left out valerian, which can sedate. None of these herbs sedate when you wake up. You wake up feeling confident. You wake up feeling refreshed. You wake up feeling like yourself again. You have a right to sleep. Sleep is part of your birthright. Sleep is part of what makes you regenerate, be rejuvenated. Without good sleep, you can't get through your day. You cannot hold that meeting. You cannot go throughout your day with a smile on your face. Poor sleep does lead to, can lead to poor mental, a poor mental state. You know how we're, with COVID and we're at stage 4 now, a lot of people found that their sleep was really derailed, and that can actually, ongoing poor sleep can lead to a depressive state of mind, which can be harder to shift. So if you're not sleeping, please try, or if you're having sleep that makes you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't stop thinking, please give My Sleep a go. And I recommend that you take it for 4 weeks to actually balance the melatonin that your brain needs in order to have ongoing sleep. This is a formula you can sleep on, but I found that people, after taking this for 3 months, their melatonin was balanced again, and they were had that va-va-voom. And when you sleep well, you're so confident, you're optimistic, you know, you focus on what's working in your life rather than what's not working. When you don't sleep, you seem to focus on what's not working in your life. Yeah. And melatonin, as we know, is a hormone produced by the in the brain by the pineal gland from amino acid tryptophan. And a lot of people say, but I feel so down and out, and it's because your melatonin isn't right. And we've used in this formula the sour cherry, and just to know that they're rich in phytonutrients, and they also contain within them an amount of melatonin. We've got 80 milligrams of elemental magnesium in this formula, and the hops in this formula activates your melatonin receptors. So all in all, again, an awesome foursome ingredient, synergy of ingredients that maximizes your ability to be able to sleep well. And now I finish on one of my most favorite formulas. And we waited a long time for this formula to be brought in, and it's called the Harmony Natural Beauty. And, you know, everyone's had collagen for years, but no one does it like Martin and Pleasance in the Harmony range, because we've been observing, we've been doing a lot of research, and we realize that collagen is linked to the way your gut functions. And that's why we've actually added the inulin, which stimulates the good bacteria to grow and promote digestive health. This is a prebiotic, which stimulates the production of beneficial bacteria, and I'll go through it again. But with our collagen, it's a marine collagen. It's a marine collagen that we're using, and we know that marine collagen rebuilds tissues to increase skin elasticity and reduce the appearance of reduce the appearance of wrinkles. But we're actually targeting that we don't just do the epidermis, we do the fatty tissue dermis, the epidermis. And a lot of people are saying to me, oh, Susan, I apply collagen creams, I do hyaluronic acid. Well, our formula is rich in hyaluronic acid with the asteryl and the collagen together. So we've actually created, as I said, Harmony Natural Beauty for beautiful, radiant skin, because it does start from the gut out. It does start from us building the connective tissue, and we've included silica to really boost and build that, boost and build the human collagen, and to top up our collagen needs. By the age of 30, we've lost at least, I think it's over 30% of our collagen, over 40 and 50, and by 60, we're really down. And that's why we actually also experience poor eye health. Our skin seems to sag from the age of 50 on, and we actually start seeing the signs of aging as well. And what we find is that marine collagen is similar in structure to human collagen, and therefore is ideally suited to top up your body's needs. Yeah. So there are a lot of collagens out there in the marketplace. We've actually been very selective in formulating. And then I'm going to be speaking to you about the astaxanthin, which is asteryl, which is 6,000 times more potent than vitamin C. And we all know the importance of oxygenating our cells with vitamin C. Can you imagine? We've added astaxanthin, asteryl in this formula, which is a potent antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, which reduces the free radical damage to the body cells. And it's great for skin health, physical performance, because with collagen, it's more than just having a beautiful face and beautiful skin. It's also to do with our bones. It's a way our structure. Can we comfortably sit inside our body? Are we feeling aches and pains? And you know, it's also the vitamin C dose, the astaxanthin, great for cholesterol. So it's an all-rounder, this formula. Beautiful skin, because beautiful skin also starts from selecting collagen, but also with the way our gut absorbs nutrition. What's the use of eating well if you cannot absorb it? Yeah. So here are all the ingredients that we've taken great care. And someone said to me in another call, a lot of the hydrolyzed collagens in the marketplace are 5 grams. In creating this formula, we needed to take great care on the way the synergy of this formula will work. And because we've got inulin in this formula, you do not find a lot of prebiotics in any of the collagens. I don't know about Canada, but in Australia and New Zealand, there isn't a collagen that really takes care of the gut so you can absorb it well. And we've been able to create this amazing collagen with the dosages that we've had. And it's just 1 teaspoon in, I actually put it in sometimes my sour jerry juice, in water. And some people have even added it to their NSC. You don't need to do that, but depends what you like. The taste is fine. People put it in their coffee, in their tea. Again, speaking about reducing wrinkles, fine line, promotes smooth, healthy skin by improving skin texture. Now, I want to say how much this formula means to me, because I've waited a while until we received this. And I want to actually say it honors that goddess within. And I can safely and confidently say to each of you, I'm very selective with what I use, and I take Harmony Menopause still. And what I found with my face in taking the Natural Beauty, and I'm 58 and a bit, and it's just given me that real nice glow. So I've got my glow back thanks to Natural Beauty, and I feel privileged to work for Martin and Pleasance as they keep creating women formulas that support every woman, no matter what age or stage. I have a lot of women on Harmony Balance and the Natural Beauty, and they love looking after their hormones and their collagen. If there's 2 areas that really need to be taken care of, especially as women, is our hormones and our skin, because both those make us live positive, healthy and happy lives for the rest of our lives. And so in saying that, I want us to really capture that if you would like to actually move into a positive way of living, from your hormones up to your skin to the way you sleep, Harmony provides the solution for you. It is your birthright to feel right. It is your birthright to stay happy. It is your birthright to make sure that no one takes 1 day away from you. And don't let yourself being a woman destroy who you're really meant to be, because your hormones dictate the way you feel, your sleep does, and your external beauty all begin from within. And I want to invite each of you to consider sharing these and taking these. And I hope that you can try these formulas. And I'd love to hear back from you after a month of being on them. And I'd love to share the conversation. Chloe and myself a few years ago wrote a book on Harmony, and it's just about the different phases we go through. And I'd like to, for sharing this training with me, I'd like to give you a book as my gift. Yeah. So thank you very much. Are there any questions?
Suze, I had a question just as a follow-up from the last training that may be useful to those on right now. Regarding the Harmony Natural Beauty.
Yes.
I think I understand that people will show different effects at different stages, but somebody said that the real benefits of hydrolyzed marine collagen was more long-term and sticking with the product in order for the body to have the ability to be creating the collagen.
Beautiful.
Because the collagen, yeah.
Beautiful. Well, that's the one that when we talk about it, it's like a matrix. It just keeps layers and layers and layers. So if you start this formula as a younger woman, you're going to have your internal armor up, And if you started in your 40s and 50s, I feel that as soon as you started, that elasticity will keep building, and I don't want to ever stop taking it. And I never spoke enough about the silica in this formula, and the silica here is a part of our connective tissue, and it's why it's needed for our blood, nails, but it's also one of the largest components of collagen in the skin. So the marine collagen that you've spoken about in conjunction with the silica is the protein in our connective tissue. It's essential for elastin in our skin. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm not spending as much on my skincare since starting this a few months ago, Chloe.
Fantastic. And then the only other question that we had as a follow-up was a lot of the attendees or participants also sell the Schussler tissue salts.
Oh, beautiful.
And, yeah, and so there was a few questions of like how they understood that Schussler tissue salt was a great complementary seller to a lot of the other products. And
yes.
if you could provide a page on a good Schussler tissue salt, maybe go with each of the Harmony products as well.
I'll be happy to do that. And that's why I
Great.
mentioned when I was speaking about the Max, please do not double the dose. I usually use it with something like Carlifos or Combination 5 or Natsof, and I'll speak about that in my little training page. And I still do with the Natural Beauty, the silica and the tissue salt to further take this formula into the cell membrane, so you stimulate your cells. So I do it as a beautiful co-cell as well there.
Great. Well, I've just unmuted everyone, unless somebody, you'll have to unmute yourself. But if there's any questions from the group, please feel free to talk up now.
Thank you for sharing the video. I really enjoyed it, but I don't think I have any questions at the moment. It's Rebecca, by the way.
Rebecca, I'd love you to, if you've done the quiz, Chloe's organising a quiz, and I'd love you to live with these products and sample them so you can actually let us know how you go. What do you experience? Do you still have a cycle, Rebecca?
Do I still have what? Yes, I'm 30 years old, and
that's
my cycle's and my cycle's pretty irregular. It's like every 45 days. Well, and very light flow, very light.
Yeah, very light. So when you start taking the balance, it'll regulate the cycle, because 45 days is not a healthy, lovely to see you, Rebecca. It's not a healthy cycle for a 30-year-old. Do you know what I mean? So what we need to do is regulate your cycle and regulate the progesterone and the estrogen, and also make it out that it's a light cycle. There's no danger in that, but 45 days is a bit too long for you, beautiful. Yeah. So I'd love you to be on the Harmony Balance and the Natural Beauty. They go
thank you.
together. And if you start looking after your inner health now, you're going to glow through this decade. It's a beautiful decade that you've stepped into, and make it work for you. And this is what Harmony does. It allows you to capture your day in the way that you want to capture it, not to be dictated by an imbalance of our hormones. Does that make sense, Rebecca?
So is the quiz on like a link in email?
Well, Chloe will organise the Liz.
Exactly. So for everybody, if it wasn't clear, so I will be sending a follow-up email for everyone that's attended. And in that will be a recording of this presentation that you're on right now. It will be the attachment of the presentation that Suze has just gone through with you. And then there's a link to a quiz for you to complete. And on completion, I think it's if you get over 80%, and you can do it as many times as you like, but you can select a product from the Harmony range, and I will be shipping that out by next week.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying. I understand now. Thank you.
Great. A question I forgot to talk about is that you do not take My Sleep with the Harmony Menopause Day and Night. if you're not sleeping and you're on Harmony Menopause day and night, that's when I would probably move in. You can take, because it's still very high in the Ziziphus, you can't double the amount of Ziziphus, but I'd love to follow up any questions you may have for your customers with that. And again, with the MySleep, it's only 1 tablet at night. You do not double that dose, yeah?
Okay.
Awesome, Suze. Well, that was really beneficial. I know I've heard you a million times and I still learn something new. So.
Oh, good. And with
thank
the
you.
notes, Chloe, they can email. That just breaks down everything that I've written on.
That's great.
Sleep.
I'm going to attach that right now.
Thank you for the privilege.
Awesome, and thank you for spending your Friday morning in Australia with us. We appreciate it.
No, thank you very much.
Okay, then. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Bye.